have discs, family affairs, the homestead, wealth, retirement, pension, a gift, end of work, prudent investment. So spiritually, you're at a climax, conclusion of some kind. Um, could correlate with the family affairs, homestead, wealth, retirement, pension, gifts, end of your work, starting a new work. But this is all spiritual. So if you're into spiritual, there might be some change here. If that's what your work is, prudent investment. So you're spiritually invested is in some kind of education or correlation or research or connection to spirit. Because to see the book here, it's like whether it's the Bible or whatever it is, or some other occult book or religious books or anything like that, you're definitely like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. Listen to me. Not literally. This is all spiritual we're talking about because this is the spiritual aspect of you for November. It's more like you're just in fully, not fully. You're mature. You've reached the maturity of your spiritual aspect of your life, and maybe you need a new journey, or there's some kind of new path that'll teach you more. Some other alternative options to your spiritual to. But you don't feel that you're at a conclusion, and you don't necessarily feel like it's time to. It's more like embrace the mastery of what I know. For a while, I feel, and that's because of the other cards. Ground the kingdom up here. So, Ace of Cups in reverse: instability, mutation, uncontrolled growth, excess, wildness, spoiling, surplus. The intellectual start thinking about the metamorphosis and the ground. So up here with the 10 discs, maybe there is a metamorphosis. There's also the storyteller here, potentially ending of a chapter. You're thinking about it. Instabilities, mutations. So maybe you are moving, because last reading was about potentially transitioning to something else, moving or some kind. And I think you're thinking about it again. Excess, wildness, spoiling, surplus, waste. So maybe you may be saying, "Hey, this is the last Thanksgiving here in wherever you are," and because you're about to move somewhere else, or you're about to go on a journey and have a transition to a metamorphosis butterfly. I don't know, but I think whatever it is heavily on your mind this month. There's a lot you got to prepare for or do, maybe. King of Swords in reverse is a mature man who rushes in all directions at once and expands his force without useful result. Distracted by petty details, crafty and sly, he will use his deceit to forward his goals, and if permitted to get away with it, with bullying others into agreement with him. When challenged, his boldness falls into confusion, and he is easily overcome by a firm determination. So this is finances, home, physical, 3D realm, health. This is willing to do whatever it takes to do what you're thinking about. Over here, all these cards that I just pointed at. Thief in the night, dark shadow, work. Like, I don't care. I've got to do this. I'm moving. I'm sorry. Feels like I lied to you, but you just made it really hard for me to be honest with you. It's like, whoa, like, deuces. Love you. Like, bye, or like, I'm gonna get what I gotta get. I'm gonna do sell what I gotta sell. Get it all and go in some way, some manner. Maybe it's a whole new you, potentially. You've reached the climax. You know, I think this is an overall, like, in the beginning of November, it's not necessarily like that, and then it transitions slowly, and stuff starts piling up, and you're like, oh, all right, bye, deuces. And you didn't mean to for it. You didn't mean for it to play out like that, but that's how it's going to play out for you. Full Azathoth, innocent, simplicity, naive, childlike wonder, spiritual path, new beginning, journey of discovery, higher guidance, need for prudence. Social aspect of yourself. People are being lazy, and you're just like, I've had enough. They're just being, they don't see you doing what you're about to do, and then that's why they're cut off, and you were perceived as a thief in the night, king of swords, not putting up with shit and just going. Um, but they're being like full like, and they're gonna go on their own new spiritual paths, and you're gonna help them by doing what you're about to do, whatever it is. I don't know exactly. I'm just, connecting in some way relative to what I'm thinking. It could just be, you've had it with what you're learning, or finding out about people, and you're like, no, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna sit here and play my flute and continue doing what I'm doing, listen to music, and you're like, dude, I got to go. Bye. Like, it's not you, it's me, but it is you and it is me. It's weird like that. A magician, Nyar Thotep. Attainment, mastery, skill, artfulness, strong will, dominant mind, eloquence, persuasiveness, misdirection, manipulation, transformation, a great wonder. These are what's on your heart, your emotions. You're emotionally about what you're about to do, and it's like, I really feel bad, but I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. A new story over here. Metamorphosis, ground the kingdom. It's not very earthquake here. It's not grounded here. It's dangerous. Just too many things. I gotta potentially think about the future and how I can play into the future and not just sit here being a fool with you guys. I gotta go. Malkuth, ground the kingdom. The 10th and final emanation, the physical world in which we live, the domain of mankind. Malkuth is an emanation of emanations, the culmination of the many aspects that form the tree of life. Everything from our bodies to the experiences we have in them to the world in which we exist is Malkuth. The infinite space that expands across the universe is a manifestation of her. The boundless prismatic orbs holds all the colors of the universe. At the feet of the tree, the ground stretches outward, forming a base. This is the space where Malkuth exists. She is beyond just being the lowest point. She is the foundation itself, being the thing that we experience every moment in our lives. Malkuth contrasts clearly with Keter, whose existence is marked by its total unknowability. As with all things in the tree, one mirrors the other, forming a complete continuum through which we can understand the boundaries of existence. This is reference to the earth, our body's home. And if you're about to plant a new seed and grow a new tree and ground the kingdom, because the kingdom doesn't necessarily have to be in one place, the kingdom can be wherever you put it. And the kingdom can be moved. Sometimes you're forced out of the kingdom, or you have to transition your kingdom to a new location. Kind of like in Lord of the Rings and the Riders of Rohan and their tribe or their people. They had to go to Helm's Deep, back to their old kingdom, to protect themselves from the onslaught that was coming. Poet of Avon, storyteller. The poet of Avon clings too closely to his previous existence, both unable to forget his former achievements and unable to do anything but continue to replicate them. He eternally retreads the same ground he did in life, producing works for eager audiences who feel his creative expression by feeding his ego with applause and encores. The poet of Avon teaches us that fame and adulation can be both reward and chain, and that one can use one's creative spark to feed oneself temporarily, but mind to look after spiritual food as well. This is a reference to fame, stagnation, and pride, telling you don't do what he did and continue doing the same Because people will get bored of it, and you're gonna have to be like, oh no, nobody wants to come listen to my stories anymore. It's the same old, same old, same old, same old cycle I keep doing over and over again. I got to go to somewhere new and create a new metamorphosis with the what I've experienced. I became a master. Now I need to go maybe spread my word to another location or to a new way of doing it or something. Some kind of metamorphosis is here is the key. Metamorphosis, you are in the process of deep and beautiful change. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful. For it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace the necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of low self worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. There are times of chaos and darkness that occur, much like the growing pains experienced by the caterpillar who is in the process of becoming a butterfly. There is a tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise. When something is taken away, or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you to let go of old ideas about how life is supposed to be. You are not a victim. Rather, you're experiencing the temporary discomfort we all must go through before the beauty is revealed. Hey Leo, this is your 5 aspects of yourself reading for December 2021. Leo, December 2021. High Priestess for spiritual aspect of yourself. Hanged Man, Well of the Seraph for intellectual aspect of yourself in reverse. 5 of Cups for physical aspect of yourself. 3 of Wands in reverse for social. And King of Swords in reverse for emotional. Angel Maria message for Leo, December 2021. Zadkiel, Angel of Mercy. Mausolea message for Leo, December 2021. Matriarch, Mother of Homestead. Enchanted Map message for Leo, December 2021. Unexpected Visitors.